Today is a rather large haul from Penguin Random House. These are all new titles coming out March 12th, so that's very soon. So let's get started. As you can see, this box is quite full. The first one is a board book, Caterpillar to Butterfly. Well, actually, it's not really a board book. It's more like a book with a lot of flaps. But sort of very clever. The flaps come out in all different angles, and it depicts the cycle of a butterfly, and it kind of makes this really beautiful flower thing. It's super like clever as like sort of a graphic design book. And that is Fold Out and Find Out Caterpillar to Butterfly by Frances Berry. That'd be fantastic for anyone learning about butterfly metamorphosis or hatching butterflies this spring. The next one is called Where's the Duck with felt flaps and a mirror, and it's nice and soft. It's from Nosy Crow by Angela Arrhenius, I think. Oh, and it has lots of felt flaps, so it's very textured and soft, and great for babies. Babies would love this, although I think it's pretty sturdy, like you can't totally rip it off. And it has charming graphics, and the very end, of course, is this mirror part. So I think kids would love this. Where's the Duck with felt flaps, and the flaps are, I think, a really nice touch. Peppa Pig is always a big hit. This story is about a family reunion, and I think these whole series of books follows the TV show, and anytime you read Peppa Pig, you have to kind of say it in her high squeaky voice. But yeah, definitely a keeper, because I know Peppa Pig is really, really popular. All right, I think there's more. This is The Rabbit, the Dark, and the Cookie Tin by Nicola O'Brien. She had a really great book about like an alligator in a book, or no, like a crocodile, something that would bite you. I thought that was, if that's the same author, I thought that was a really fantastic book. And so this is about a rabbit who is procrastinating bedtime. And wow, it has really nice illustrations and kind of a fun rabbit story. I feel like there's not, and then you have this marvelous, like, lift the flap, fold out, something related to the moon. So yeah, that one looks fun, and it sort of mixes different elements of bedtime procrastination, the night sky, and of course cookies as a way to procrastinate, which is always a good strategy. I See the Moon Rhymes for Bedtime by Rosalind Beardshaw. So again, another bedtime story by Nosy Crow. Poems are great for April, since that April is poetry month, so I'm going to pull this out for that month. And this book has sparkles. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like kind of built in to the paper. I don't even know, they must print it. That is a very nice feature, sparkly illustrations. And again, charming illustrations. I think these are traditional poems. Yeah, I think these are like, you know, kind of like those Mother Goose kind of poems. And so the shiny paper makes it special. Okay, wait, no, there's more. Let's keep going. A Green Place to Be, The Creation of Central Park by Ashley Benham Yazdani. So anyone who's been to Central Park in New York, you might know that it was a Frederick Law Olmsted project, and maybe one of the greatest public gardens ever created in the world. This is the story. And I don't, yep, so it is kind of about Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert. So who is Calvert? Calvert Vaux. I don't know who he is. So this is a great story for anyone who likes history or lives in New York or goes to New York or just wants to learn more about public spaces. It's also looks like a fairly long picture book, so it has a lot of information. So excited to read more about that because I do love Central Park. And I feel like our public garden in Boston Public Garden, and also the one across from it, is kind of modeled, but it's like not nearly as big or as glorious. The what is that? The one where we had, what is that one called? The one across from the Boston Public Garden. Okay, so this is The Night Flower by Laura Hawthorne. Oh, and it's so beautiful. Wow, I just love the illustration style. Oh, and here's the end paper. And so already it kind of gives you a sense of a desert landscape, but the beauty within, kind of what would seem to be a Spartan landscape. And so it is. This is about the desert and what you will find in the desert, both at night and during the day, animals and plants, and charming illustrations. Here you have a life cycle of a saguaro cactus, which I think they are protected in California. And you can also spot all these animals and creatures. There's a glossary. This looks like a really beautiful nonfiction book about kind of the desert ecosystem. And I'm excited. I'll add that. I think I have a science STEM roundup. I'll add it to that. Angry Cookie. I think I have this already. It's by Maria Carapito. And so I have actually 3 books from various authors that I'm going to do a video of. Angry Cookie, The Grumpy Duck, and The Unbudgeable Curmudgeon, which I was going to do a video coming up about emotions. Controlling your emotions, which is... So this one looks fun. And definitely kids would relate to this. And about perspective, I think. And, you know, how to look at things. Very Zen yoga, you know, half glass full, half glass empty. And just also just thinking about your emotions and choosing them. So that looks great for kids. There's a few more. Noah Builds an Ark by Kate Banks, illustrated by John Rocco. Looks like a diversity, and it is about an ark, but it's set in modern day times, so maybe it's just a imaginary ark. Yep. And yeah, kind of a boy in his backyard. And, whoa, there seems to be rats. I don't like rats in general, but, and let's see. Yeah, so sort of a boy's take on this biblical tale, but in a fun way. Let's see, there's a few more. Let's power through it. B is for Baby. Oh, the baby's so cute. By Atanuke, illustrated by Angela Brooksbank. Atanuke, I feel like all the books by Atanuke are so charming. And so this is a alphabet book. It has a lot of culture. The culture looks like it's set in Africa. Everything is B, actually. This is a book. It's not an alphabet book as much as it is a book about the letter B with African culture. That looks actually super fun and different. It's actually more fun than a straight up alphabet book. And so you have all kinds of B. This, I definitely have to give this book to anyone whose name starts with the letter B. I feel like that is, or is a baby. That would be a really fun present. Okay, we're almost there. Got 3 more. Clackety Track, Poems About Trains by Cleela Brown, illustrated by James Kristoff. Again, another poetry book, which would be great for April. This one would appeal to anyone who likes trains. Great, all kinds of trains, train tracks, different kinds of cars. Yeah, this looks great. Anyone who's taking a trip on a train, who just likes trains, that would be fun. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, there's more. Martin Jenkins has Beware of the Crocodile, illustrated by Satoshi Kitamura. And so this is a it's kind of a fun book about crocodiles, but it also is like nonfiction in that you get correct information, not just a story. You learn about crocodiles, but it reads in a really fun, pleasant way where you're reading a story and you're just learning. That is actually one of my favorite ways to, that's kind of nonfiction fiction. Or what do they call it? They call it like narrative nonfiction. Yeah, that's great. And I love the illustrations. Okay, Birds by Carme Lemniscates. I hope I said that right. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful feathers. Beautiful illustrations. And this is by Candlewick Studio, which is an imprint of Candlewick Press, so I don't know if that's new. But wow. This is the book that I will give to my eldest daughter, who is going to art school, as an example of like really outstanding illustration, graphic design. And like usually I have her go through the picture books and she chooses them out based on the quality of the illustrations. And I think she would like this one. Not every page perhaps, but it is kind of visually stunning. And it's about birds. And so is it it's not really nonfiction. It's kind of musings about birds, generalizations. So you can enjoy the illustrations, but you're not really like learning factoids. Dr. Esperanto in the Language of Hope by Mara Rockcliffe, illustrated by Zosia Dzierżawska. Okay, sorry if I butchered that. And so this is another story about, so what did he do? The Language of Hope. A universal second language? That's what it seems. He made up his own language. And it's the language of hope and kindness, which is nice. I'm not completely sure how he did this or what it means. But, I mean, is it psychology? I'm not, Dr. Esperanto, I think that is Dr. Hope in a foreign language. But I'm not exactly sure what he did. I think he literally made up a language called Esperanto, so that there's one language and everyone can speak to each other. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, I'll add it to my like sort of inventor book. So, and now we have the last two are word books, and this is Giggly Wiggly Playtime Rhymes by Michael Rosen, illustrated by Chris Riddell. So more poems. This will be good for April. Just kind of a fun, kind of a lengthier word book, but good for bedtime. And the very last one is a Macy book, one of our favorites, Lucy Cousins. And it comes with a durable placing, so I think it means everything folds out in the back. And you can, you can punch things out. It's almost like a toy built into the book. You can punch out the characters and you can set up the scene and then you can play in it. And the scene is a farm scene. So, I mean, everyone loves Macy. I know that is a fact. And so this is just a fun way to experience the book and get kind of a 2-for-1, a story and a toy. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, these are all new books from Penguin Random House, but there's also, I don't know if they distribute it, but it's Candlewick Press, Nosy Crow, which is part of Candlewick Press, and that new imprint from Candlewick Press.